Hey Outlanders, let us know if you can hear us okay and see us all fine, and then we'll jump in on this special anniversary stream for today. Let's see what the chat is saying. Can hear and see, can hear and see. Thank you so much. We're happy that you can hear us and see us because we're here for a very special occasion, which is our 4th anniversary celebration. Now, officially, our anniversary is actually tomorrow, but since tomorrow is a Saturday, we're celebrating it live today so that you can hang out with us too. All right, really briefly, before we get into what we're going to talk about, how about we do some really short introductions of the guests? We'll mention your name and what you do for the team. Who would like to start? I will pick Michal already.
Do we start from this side? Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm Michal, and I'm senior technical designer on Vigor, which means I don't know how far we want to go.
No, don't go that far. Don't go that far. You're a senior technical designer.
Fair enough.
Okay, thank you. Move, please go.
Okay, then, hey, I'm Move, and I'm a project lead on Vigor.
Thank you, Move. Zbigniew.
And hello, I'm Zbigniew, and I'm senior producer for Vigor.
All right. Okay, so thank you all for coming here. Hope y'all are excited. We do have a party going on right next door, and some of it's happening outside as well. But it's quite a hot day today, so by saying next door, I mean in the next room, because there's probably air conditioning there right now. So it doesn't look too lively behind us because it's really hot. So everyone's taking shelter from the heat. All right, so what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to go a little bit behind the scenes on what we've been releasing this year so far, and also maybe some behind the scenes on what could have been in Vigor in terms of seasons and cosmetics, and we'll go into some reasons why they didn't come into Vigor, and we'll also be announcing some of the winners of the Dev Team Quest, which is our social media competition that's been happening for the past week, and some news as well. All right, I think that we could jump in. Perhaps we're going to start with some kind of giveaway, actually, because there will be some giveaways during the stream. So the first giveaway, we need to see it on the screen so that our Outlanders can get what they want. Just to note, we are not only giving away crowns this time, we'll also be giving out some special Bohemia Interactive games. So keep an eye out if you've been wanting to buy a specific Bohemia Interactive game, and now's your chance to basically get it. All right, so Michal, could you please join an encounter or a shootout or an elimination, something that you would like to join, actually?
Sure. I suppose let's start with the shootout to warm up.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. Feel free. All right, so while Michal is going into a shootout, maybe we could go in depth a little bit on some behind the scenes of what could have happened in Vigor, I mean. So first off, we had the idea of having 80s in the Outlands. If you could see this interesting mood board, it's only a fraction of how big the actual mood board is, if you remember. Are you dancing already?
Well, it said 80s.
80s, yeah. I didn't know you were a dancer, Michal.
I am not, most definitely.
But you just started.
Hold on, is mosh pit considered dance?
Subjective, I guess.
Then yes.
I wouldn't know yet. I have to think about it. So maybe if the community would like to tell us, or I don't know, Zbigniew or Move, if you have any ideas about mosh pits and if you think it's dancing. But yeah, sorry, we got sidetracked a little bit. With the 80s mood board, yeah. What would you Outlanders think about this, actually? If it actually did come into the game, how would you feel about that? Because I think that the reason why we didn't go with it is because we have some similar tracksuits already in the game, right?
Yeah,
It's a really small screen, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's one thing, and there is not all the outfits we were thinking of, but some of them were like even skirts and stuff, and we felt like maybe not. Maybe not. And the thing is that even if we wanted to do some shorts, we don't have actually models of legs. So maybe once we get the skin legs in the game, maybe we will back to the 80s again.
But I mean, you mentioned skirts as well. Michal and Moof, I think that this was also mentioned in the discussion that skirts wouldn't be too viable in the apocalypse, would it?
Yeah, they like, especially technically, it would be a bit complicated because you will need to deform the material, you know, around the legs, and you know, cloth, like simulation of cloth is like on its own, like separate chapter, and not that easy to do in games. So yeah, flags. I mean, like flags, they are okay. Like, we can do that, but the skirts, difficult stuff to do.
Yeah, especially anything with what moves around the character to prevent clipping and everything.
I don't say impossible, but yeah, it's a whole another chapter.
We had better things to do.
Bigger fish to fry, right?
What's the practical, side of that is that in the apocalypse, or after the apocalypse more specifically, you probably want a little bit more protective gear and protective clothes. But then again, I mean, you know, style is style. You might just as well go for it. At that point, I don't think it matters.
Well, I guess once the apocalypse actually happens in real life, we'll find out if skirts will be viable.
Maybe if community will like the idea what they can see now on the screen, maybe we can circle back to it and maybe think it through again.
I did see some people in the chat like slamming their fist down, so I think that they would have wanted something for the 80s, but well, as we mentioned,
Yes.
probably not right now.
Keep that in mind, and once the apocalypse happens, just go to our socials and let us know if you think that it's viable or not.
All right. Thank you all for your thoughts on the 80s season, and yeah, we're hoping people in the chat will give us their feedback as well. Now, the next mood board showing what we didn't have in the game, but we thought we could have it, but we didn't. This mood board depicts pagans, actually, and I think that we were going specifically for pagans who were in the Scandinavian regions, right?
Sort of. Well, I mean, okay, it's not actually very historic, but it has a very strong, like, modern neo-pagan feel. I think that, like, we actually took a lot of, inspiration from some of the, like, bands and like some of the artistic sort of currents with that. I've seen some photos from band Hilung, which are very well known for that kind of aesthetics. I've seen them with Brutal Assault just recently, and they're really great in that how they portray that. And it would really be cool, but I think that ultimately we didn't go for it because we already did something similar as well.
Yeah, you mean the Vikings
yeah.
themed
Yeah.
season. I'm not.
It was not like one of the favorites of our community, and you was vocal about that you would like to better see things which are more military-like, and this is not like what should be part of the Vigor, especially for the season. So we reconsidered that and chose something else.
It's actually really interesting when we saw the community feedback that they weren't so pleased with the Vikings season because, well, the game is set in post-war Norway, so you would kind of think that Vikings should be able to fit the vibe of the region because we're in post-war Norway. Not really sure why exactly they didn't like the cosmetics, but I do know that some Outlanders did enjoy it. Just the majority of the community voiced their dislike of it, so that's why we didn't go for the pagans version or season, let's say. But I mean, like, if you in the chat think that it would have actually been cool to have a pagan season. I mean, like, these tattoos are actually really interesting. They would have been cool face paints, I think, or arm tattoos. But I think at that point in time we hadn't.
But actually, we can add these cool tattoos anyway. It doesn't have to be pagans themed battle pass or season, but we can add multiple variants of face paints and tattoos, which we will. Not necessarily this one, but there is a whole list of new things which we will be adding in the next So yeah, if you are fans of tattoos and face paints and maybe some arm tattoos, we will have more.
Well, like, it will all depend on community feedback, of course, so just let us know. We're always watching, we're always paying attention to what the community is saying, and we're doing our best to incorporate it in terms of our planning and I guess I could say in terms of our sprint planning, because yeah, a lot of people tend to forget that we work with a specific, let's say, style of project management or project planning, and so we do sprints, and so sometimes we get feedback on something, but it's a bit too late to implement it in the current sprint because we always work on something in advance.
Yeah,
I-
I would say that we are working sometimes even like 1 or 2 seasons ahead. So for example, even now we are already preparing some stuff for seasons which will hit next year. And that's why it's not that easy to react immediately, because some stuff are already prepared and it's too far in the development that we cannot change the current in that moment.
Thank you, Zbigniew, for sharing a little bit more insight on that. Does anyone else have any other extra thoughts on the Pagans idea before we move on to the other ideas that we had that never were in the game?
Not quite, not quite.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I think that Zbigniew summed it up quite well.
Yeah, pretty nicely.
Yeah. All right. So for the next mood board, we have subcultures, and we meant like punk or goth subcultures. I think what really pushed us to think of this is the outfits. They were very grungy, and we thought that people in the community tended to like those. So they liked rugged outfits. They liked badass looking outfits. So who would like to start on why exactly we didn't go with the subcultures idea?
I'm not quite sure why we decided not to work on it, but I liked those a lot, you know, because all those like spikes and leather and everything, I liked those a lot.
Yeah, one of the things was that big part of the vibe of the pictures you can see on the screen is hairstyle, and here there is like again a lot of technical obstacles with hair. Also, a lot of you are wearing hats and stuff like that, and helmets that would be clipping a lot. So usually in any game, hair in that moment is disabled. So we would spend a lot of time on hair and trying to figure out how to approach it, and in the end nobody would wear it like that. So yeah, that was one of the design decisions to avoid it, at least for this moment, and we would rather focus on the beard styles and stuff like that, because that might be more visible in the game in the end.
But I mean, beards were also not such an easy task.
It is not. It is not.
I mean, Mikhail seems to have a very easy time with his beard, but it was not that easy when implementing it in the game, I think.
But actually, now we have.
It takes effort.
You don't make it look like there's a lot of effort, so kudos to
No,
you.
it didn't. This was natural.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you did well. Sorry, Zbigniew, please continue.
We have actually now a new guy as an artist in our team, and he seems that he is quite capable of doing new beard styles. So maybe once he's finished with that, he might be capable of looking at the hair and hairstyles in general, and maybe he will come up with some cool ideas we can implement in the end. So maybe the pictures you are seeing now might approach the game in the end eventually.
Yeah, I mean, fingers crossed, right? It all depends on...
Yeah, we would like to do that. We would like to do anything that allows players to customize the character they are playing with even more. And here that was like really a decision of technical limitations, and we would spend like a lot of time on that. Again, for that reason, we decided to focus on something which will bring more value to players in the end.
But in all fairness, I still think that we should end up bringing black metal into Vigor at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in Norway, which is the
We
birthplace
can
of
trust
the
you
black metal.
to what was I'm sorry, my brain farted. But we can trust you to push for that, Michal. It's very on
Absolutely.
brand for you.
Absolutely.
I mean, you already pushed for beards, right, along with the rest of the team. So now you just gotta keep going, right?
Once you see it in the game, you know now whose credit is that.
That guy right there. The one who's running around in the shelter like that. Yes, that one.
He's dancing.
I mean, but there are dance emotes. He could have been using that instead. But he did say he wasn't much of a dancer, so I guess, okay, we'll forgive him for that. All right, let's go on to the next mood board. It's actually the winter army or winter soldiers kind of vibe. So you could see a lot of camo that could blend in with the snow, but we can also see like those robes that go all the way to your feet, kind of like cloaks with hoods. All right.
Basically full jacket.
Is it a full jacket?
Is it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
full coat.
Full coat.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, basically it goes up all the way to your feet. All right, and why exactly didn't we go for this? I mean,
I think this might have been just one of those, because you know, every time we actually deal with new themes for new battle passes and new seasons, we have several ideas, some of which we end up even like creating into these kind of mood boards. Some of those are dropped very early on. And I think that this one might have just been one of those that we simply didn't end up choosing because we went with something else. I'm not sure if there was a particular reason why we opted out of this.
There wasn't, so you might see it in future updates, because I believe that this will be very appealing.
oh yeah, we know that our community really likes military theme.
And we have a lot of snow white maps, so that would be very nice.
We could
camo.
use a couple more outfits that would work for like snow camouflage,
Yep.
like Arctic camo.
That's our plan, basically. So in future,
Yeah, and I mean, we would hope that the community would enjoy it if ever we do put this in the Outlands in the future. I
let
mean,
us know.
yeah, they could let us know. You could let us know right now in the chat if this is
Let us
something.
know.
Oh no.
Wow. Is it?
It was cheap, I know.
Oh, snow.
Oh no. But I mean, that wasn't on purpose. I was just saying, oh no, because I was just reminded of the heat that we have right now. And I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to winter already myself, because the heat's just getting a bit too unbearable, actually.
So this is at least a little bit of a taste we can have right now of the coldness of winter.
By looking
This
at
heat.
this mood board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in any case, we'll be waiting for feedback from our community, who could let us know if they would be inclined to enjoy this kind of season. We know that a lot of you all like camo and you all like to sneak around, so yeah, this will be very helpful in the snowy maps. All right, and I think that's about it for our mood boards for now. We will have another giveaway, which should come up on your screen in a moment. And actually, I noticed as well, I forgot to mention this, but when Michal was going into an elimination, there were discounts on the boosters. And yeah, that's something very important. Actually, we have a Mega XP Booster Apocalypse happening, so that means you have double XP across all encounters, opening your crates and stuff, and you also have up to 50% off of boosters in all game modes, so shootout, elimination, and encounters. We did that so that you can enjoy the grind with us during this anniversary weekend, so it should go on, I think, until the 21st. So, I believe so. So yeah, we hope you enjoy it, and we hope you enjoy the grind. I don't know if you've noticed as well, but Michal was wearing some of our anniversary cosmetics, so you should be able to grab them in the store starting today, but one of his teammates just died. Well, this is kind of an opportunistic moment, because now we could for sure show the discounted padlock breaking, and then eventually also the outfit that Mikhail has on, which will show the anniversary aesthetics. Right. Ooh, snazzy. This is looking really nice, actually. What skin is that on your back? I can't tell. It's quite far
You
away.
mean the weapons?
Yes.
I think it's one of the is it the summer ones?
Yeah, it looks like the Summer Days ones. Yeah, I remember the first time we released Summer Days assets, there were hibiscus themed stuff, and everyone really enjoyed it, so they wanted more summer themed assets.
I think aren't these called like Daytona or something? I'm
Yeah,
not-
I think so, yeah. But
I don't personally use them much because I'm not very big fan of summer. But
are you not a big fan of summer specifically today or in general?
in general,
Okay, but we have the Vigor anniversary in summer, though. Okay. Okay.
you know, there's good stuff, there's bad stuff.
Okay, I guess it all evens out eventually. All right, so let's move on really briefly to what we promised for 2023. If you might remember, at the start of the year, we released our plans that we wanted to do this year. In a nutshell, we wanted to do 4 major updates, so that means 4 battle passes, and our minor updates would be more about fixes and quality of life changes. So let's start with Season 14, which we released at the start of this year. It was Chronicles Reckoning, and among our promises for 2023, we wanted to bring a new map to the Outlands, and Season 14 showed a preview of Mirin. It was going to come out as an encounter map eventually, but for the first update we did it as a shootout map, which is something that the community requested because new maps are always great, and we were so happy to release it on shootout because we could get early feedback on how the community felt. We knew how you all liked it. If you found some sticky spots that shouldn't be there, we also tried to fix it before the eventual release of Mirin as an encounter map. And we also heard like a lot of issues at one point with elimination and the vote to kick system. Or rather, yeah, we made some fixes for it in Season 14. I think we did the test to see if a player truly is AFK.
I believe that was maybe even part of a hot fix.
That's
It
possible.
was.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
We also did some hotfix.
Yeah, that was something we didn't expect. Players will abuse so much, so we tried to react as quickly as possible to make your experience better. And for that reason, we decided to do hotfix as soon as possible and not to wait to end of the season. Because especially elimination, as it is like favorite game mode right now, we wanted to keep the experience as better as possible.
And it's also a good chance to hang out with your friends because you could go in as a 5-man team. So we really wanted to patch that up real quick. All right, aside from the Season 14 new features, we also had some interesting outfits. What you can see on the screen right now is actually behind the scenes how it looks like before we put the outfits out into the game. And this is made by our artists, and it should depict one of the outfits that we released in Season 14. But I think that we released something similar, but not quite.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the outfit you are seeing is slightly different in the game, especially because the antlers which are on the back were quite difficult to aim with while you've been in prone, and it was causing some clipping, and once you was aiming with iron sights, it was getting into your view. So these are things which are really quite tricky, even if it looks cool. That's the reason we can't put it into the game, because that would ruin your experience. You would look cool, but it would be almost unplayable in certain situations. So
It would have actually been funny if the antlers stayed the way they were and you could kind of shove past people, but in the end you would also be kneecapping yourself, because when you aim down the sight, as you said, it would cover your scope, so then, I mean...
yeah, and also in a third person, basically it obstructs part of the view, as you can imagine that. So it's not like nice thing if you want to be as effective as much as possible. If 20% of your screen is obscured by something which is not helpful and just cosmetic, so we were trying to use it to make it as usable as possible, as practical as possible.
Yep. And aside from these, we call them high poly, I think, or
Yeah.
low poly.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
This is usually the process is like there is some concept art based on that. There is basically created some 3D draft. If it's approved, it goes to high poly, and then we are scaling it down. So reducing the amount of polygons to keep the quality of the model as much as possible, to not make it that heavy on the engine and everything. So game will run still smooth, but we cannot go with high poly to the game, because that's...
It will be hungry.
Yeah.
I see. Speaking of how other outfits look like, let's look at the next scene where we could see some of the outfits that actually were released with the Battle Pass. Yeah, it's actually funny because whenever we see these images ourselves as developers, we don't see it as rugged or worn out, because the lighting in the game is much different in comparison to when we actually get these images. And I guess sometimes, at least for me personally, it's a little bit difficult to imagine how it would look in the game until it actually gets there, and then the lighting changes how it looks ever so slightly, or ever so drastically sometimes, I guess, depending on your point of view.
And eventually you wear also weapons, you have different bags, you can change the headwear and everything. So even if you add there these factors and these combinations, it might eventually look very different.
Yeah. All right, I actually realized that we need to keep going because we have more to talk about and not enough time, actually. Not in this segment. We're actually going to be doing it about 2 hours stream today, so we're splitting it in half, and in the later half you'll be meeting different guests with a different host. Tylee will be there instead of me. But yes, that's just a quick drop of info. Let's look at the next one, which is for season 15. The features that we released included the encounter map for Mirin, which is exactly what we promised, and we were able to make some tweaks beforehand as we released it in Shootout, and we also did some airdrop rewards improvements, which is something that we wanted to do. So yeah, let's take a look at how the high poly in that season looked like. Of course, this isn't all of it. We had a lot of images to choose from, but I tried to choose the ones that were the most eye-catching, in the sense that the depiction is very clear and people can imagine what they saw. So usually I believe that we give feedback to the artists about how they go about with it.
Yeah, basically there is also, like, if artists are working on that, or when artists are working on that, there is also like lead artists and somebody who is much more experienced with those stuff, and there is like usually a lot of adjustments, because once you work on something, you can't see everything. So once more people look at it, there is some adjustments. The model goes through some smaller reworks, and maybe even what we thought that will work well doesn't work that well once we see it in the engine. So there are adjustments, sometimes also with textures and colors and everything. So the process is quite long and requires like a lot of people who are trying to figure out what is the best combination. which is also fitting to the theme of the Vigor, because some combinations are looking in our game just silly. So
We know which ones, but usually when they look silly, we did it on purpose, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
That's
pretty
true.
sure people in the chat will be talking about the Easter cosmetics, which we know they were silly, but it was intended. We wanted to be funny and funky at the same time. So there's that.
Well, when you survive an apocalypse, you can just
Anything
go for it
goes.
and be silly.
Yeah.
No
Anything
social
goes.
pressure there.
Yes, indeed. And then let's take a look at the cosmetics, how they looked like before they entered the game. I did see a comment in the Twitch chat saying that they would like some kind of depiction of firefighters or policemen. And actually, we did have it with Season 15, Chronicles, I believe it was Chronicles Salvation.
Salvation, yeah.
Yes. So, I mean, we had that, and I think that the community quite liked it because they could see different public service people represented in the game. And I mean, in an apocalypse, I think that the public service sector people are the kinds of people who you can trust in situations like that. So I think that that's why we really liked to go for this kind of season. And so whoever requested it in the Twitch chat, we actually had it. So we hope that you enjoyed it. Okay. Any other notes before we go on to the next topic? If not, then actually we have a giveaway. We have a giveaway, yeah. I think that maybe some of you already saw it, and if you all were very quick, then like, feel free. I mean, enjoy it. There was a question as well. There was someone who was wondering if these codes are specific. Yes, they are specific for the console and for the region that you can redeem it from. It's written there on the tiny slip of paper. We hope that you can see it, and we hope and wish you luck. If you were able to redeem them, then congratulations, you just got yourself a bunch of crowns. If not, then don't worry, we'll be having more giveaways throughout the stream as well. All right, let's jump into Season 16, which we have now, Chronicles Damnation. We added a new machine gun and we did some improved matchmaking and further boosted the rewards for the airdrop, which is kind of tied into the love that we wanted to give to encounters. We wanted to improve the encounters experience, and we promised that at the start of the year. And we also put in the new buried cache mechanic, which is something that also is tied into the encounter lovin' that we wanted. We also did some improvements for grenades, and we are still looking for feedback on that. If you have any feedback or thoughts on how the grenades were tweaked, let us know. And we also returned the, well, not returned because they were always there, but we increased the drop rate of plants, weapon and consumable
that.
plants in crates. So yeah, maybe let's look at how the high poly of this season's cosmetics look like. Remember when I mentioned earlier that arm tattoos weren't a thing before? And then you see this high poly where like it just kind of cuts off on one arm. That's in order to make way for the arm tattoos that we had.
Basically for the arm, because it's not part of the uniform, and it's used universally because you don't have to create new arm for every specific uniform. So we have one arm which we just attach. So.
We just attach it to every...
Yeah, guys saw it together, and that's how it works.
All
We've
right.
moved on to cybernetics.
Oh no, stop scaring people like that, Michal. Don't do this. All right, actually, let's try and look at the cosmetics as well for that season. Yeah, this is the perfect depiction of the cut-off arm sleeve that you saw earlier with the high poly. Since this was a quite recent release, I'm not sure what kind of feedback we've got so far from our Outlanders, aside from the fact that they're very happy to get this because it's a military-themed season. Actually, it's a very highly requested season. Every time we ask people what they want to see, they're like, I want a camouflage against the background, I want a ghillie suit, I want camo, I want to hide. And so or they want Black Ops, they want something really military themed because it looks badass. So this is one of the seasons that we definitely wanted to aim towards a military theme. We have a lot of ideas, but like I mentioned earlier, we want to incorporate community feedback in the best way possible, and they've been asking for military themed stuff. So there we are. I'm not sure what else we could talk about for season 16, as it's been very recent, but I'm not really sure. Maybe it would be good to briefly go through what we promised this year. So we did promise an encounter map, which we released, and we even released a shootout map. We released improvements for the vote kick system and elimination because it was something that we knew we wanted to do. We promised 4 battle passes, and so far you've got 3.
And also what we promised is basically on the Mirin, we have released like shootout, encounter, and obviously like we are planning elimination. We already talked about that on one of the streams.
Yes.
And there are 2 buildings on that level that are currently locked, but I can say already that we are working on the interiors, and we are planning to release those together with the elimination on that level, and the buildings will be open even for encounters, so you could find some interesting loot in there later. So that's currently in the works.
We're still building the Scandinavian furniture.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah, basically the interiors of the building will be quite unique, and as the buildings are on its own, so that's something you can't find anywhere else.
While we talk about other things that we've promised for this year, let's have a quick giveaway on the screen. And yeah, what else? We promised that we would deliver leaderboards this year.
Yes.
Mikhail.
Yes. So
He was excited. He was like, it's my time to shine.
yeah. So we know that you guys in the community have been requesting leaderboards for a long time, and kind of a funny thing is that we've been working on them for a while already. We still will be working on them for a short while, hopefully not too long. But yes, it is one of the things that we've promised and that is currently in the works. And just like the community has been asking for, it will expand a lot on the current implementation of leaderboards as you know them, which means that we intend to expand it over all the other game modes. We also are reworking the stats that are being tracked as well to provide a little bit better options for players to track their performance in various different gameplays as well.
Game modes, you mean?
I mean, game modes, but also gameplays or like game styles, perhaps.
Okay.
So there should be also enough stats for players that are more of a looters, but also those that hunt other players as well. So hopefully we will be able to deliver this more robust leaderboards soon. Right now we don't have a specific date, so still stay tuned, but it is something that is in the works right now. And yeah, we're looking forward to it because it is one of the big things that we've been working on, putting a lot of time into it, and a lot of focus.
The chat is already excited. They're like, yeah, we really want new stats or different things to track.
I mean, whenever we mention, and also whenever I'm on stream and tell you guys that like we hear what you are asking for, it is mostly true. Not all the things we can talk about, and not all the things we are actually working on. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that the community asks for, but this is one of the things that we are working on and we want to deliver to you. So yeah.
Among other things that we promised is also shelter improvements. That one, we're still working on it. It's in progress, but we're not quite sure if that one would make it this year. So it's highly likely that it's going to come out in the next year instead. But we also have other things that we planned that we didn't explicitly mention it in our 2023 plans, but booster tickets is something that we are working on. So it will help you gain different advantages in the Outlands on different game modes. So it's something you can look forward to. It will be very advantageous, and we hope you stay tuned for that. We're working on something else that is going to go out next year, and it might be a little bit too early to tease it, but we will definitely be having a new map next year. So
That's the plan.
yes,
That's
yes.
true.
Here we are
We're
again.
currently building all the Norwegian fjords and everything, so who knows where it's gonna end up.
In the game.
Hopefully.
Yes, indeed. All right, that's a brief run through of what we have planned for 2023 and what's still in progress and how is it looking. Let's actually talk about the dev team quests that we had on our social media. We'll be announcing some of the winners here today. So for the QA edition, which is the funniest glitch on Facebook, this one got the most likes. Let's please have it on the screen. Yes, so the video should be playing, but it basically depicts a player jumping up into the sky. It was really funky. Like, it was a funny bug, and we're happy that the community liked it. I mean, there was an overwhelming amount of likes on this, so this is the funniest glitch on Facebook. Don't worry for the winners. We will be reaching out later on so you could get your prizes, and you could get, we promised crowns and merch, so we hope you're excited for it. And then let's have, actually, I think, what is next up? Let's see what's next.
So
Yes, thank you.
I think.
Okay, so this one is for Twitter. This one won. It was
I fell down.
interesting because
What?
Tiny had shared a YouTube video link
Did you see
of
that?
hers,
I
and
properly
it
got
the
dizzy
most
then.
likes.
And then Dizzy got me!
So, yes, I can hear the party getting rowdy, maybe?
Yeah, and I
What's
get
up, everyone, and
burgers.
welcome
Oh,
to Vigor
no,
Glitches
now
Part
we're
2.
gonna be really
So,
hungry.
as I previously
Okay,
mentioned,
okay.
a
Okay,
lot
some
of these
burgers. Are we done yet?
Xbox
No,
clips
we're
are
sorry.
from
I'm
the
sorry, we're
glitches
not.
and issues
We're
that
not.
had happened back in the day in
But
the preview,
yeah, we'll
and
be
some
reaching
are
out
more
to the
recent.
winners
Now, some of
later
them will
on.
make you smile and
Okay,
giggle,
so
and
what's
some of
actually
them
next
are game breaking.
for us to talk
but
about?
look,
I think that we should
Vigor's
be
still
talking
here,
about some merch.
so I hope that
because
you
we
enjoyed
have
the final
some
part.
sale going on right now. There is a new bottle that you can order, so we hope that you could enjoy it. Feel free to get it on the Bohemia Interactive store website. It's a new Vigor themed bottle, so we hope that you don't miss out on that. But we also have a discount code going. If you missed it, it's actually on our social media and it's on our newsletter. So let's click on the general merch scene so that we can see what's on sale. Like, you can get the Vigor hoodie 40% off if you got the correct discount code, which you need to apply at the checkout on the website. Okie doke. And then we also have to talk about the other winners for the other the other dev team quests. So we have the video edition from the dev team quest, where we chose the ones that the community liked the most, which is a teaser about Vigor. 11-second clip. That is very loud. Ow. It's probably dying. Thank you so much for lowering it. Thank you, and I'm sorry to everyone's ears from the bottom of my heart. Okay, yes, let's tone that down. Thank you. Sorry once more, but here is the winner. Really won with a big bang, as you can see. And then let's see the one for Twitter as well. This one was an interesting teaser as well for Vigor. This one is not too loud, but it looks quite loud as well, so I would recommend toning it down. Like, please tone it down. Let's not break everyone's ears. We're... No.
Okay, I'm gonna go back
Please
to the
keep
shot.
playing. I know we cannot see you playing right now, but I would like to save everyone's ears. All right, and I'm really sorry, and to apologize, here's another giveaway that we are going to do for you, so that we could make it up to you for this really painful experience. We're really sorry once more for that. Okay, we had some people happy that they won, and we're really sorry that it was so loud, you all. Oh my goodness. It was a hectic day, but we did our best. And then again, further sorries, so we'll have another giveaway. Please, let's do that. It's a big apology. This one is a little bit different. This giveaway is for Silica, which is another Bohemia interactive game through the incubator. And interestingly, if you didn't know, the marketing team, well, part of the marketing team for Vigor is actually working on Silica. So for example, myself and Tony and Philip, we are working on Silica. So we are juggling some things in our hands. I think that that's about it. I'm feeling really bad, and I think I need to apologize to a bunch of people in the other room. So we'll
I
try.
don't think they'll hear you.
I hope they will, but I'm so sorry.
Not anymore.
All right, let's show the bigger camera, and we'll do some quick words before we leave and swap to, we'll go to a break and then we will swap the guests and the host. But before we do, let's have some quick words before you all go. Mikhail is still running around, so we'll go to Mikhail last. Zvinya, would you like to say a few words before we head off to the other side of the room with the party?
Thanks for being with us, enjoying the game, and stay for more, because there is a lot of exciting stuff coming up next and in next seasons, in next updates. So looking forward for your comments, feedbacks, and enjoy the game.
Thank you. Move, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, sure. I would, in the first place, like to thank the whole Vigor team. I'm really proud that I can work with such a bunch of talented people. It's an honor for me. And also, I would like to thank the community for like being a big inspiration for us and providing feedback and like sticking with us for such a long time. I really, really thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Move. Move will come back later.
Spoiler.
Spoilers.
Oh, well. Well, then they have to keep watching if they want to know what's going to happen.
Or
Mich-
will he?
Stop it. I already spoiled it.
Did you?
Or did I? Michal, I hope you are heading towards an exit. You passed by an exit, so...
Well, I didn't pass. I'm on my way to.
You're getting there, but while you are heading towards the exit, would you like to say some words before we head off to the next party, like next door party?
I mean, yeah, I hope you guys will celebrate appropriately and wildly in the Outlands. Lots of fireworks, lots of fun, and yeah, like my colleagues here said, stay tuned. We've already teased some of the stuff that's coming in some of the upcoming updates. We'll see which ones. But yeah, and there's a little bit more that we're still working on that we're not yet ready to share. So yeah, keep an eye out, stay tuned, and yeah, we'll see you in the Outlands.
Thank you so much, Michal, for that. Thank you, y'all, for being such lovely guests, and you're free to enjoy the party. And actually, for our break, there was someone who was like, who is that creepy guy behind? Actually, he's not very creepy. He's Philip. He is our marketing and brand manager. Please don't call him creepy. He's a really nice guy. So we'll actually cut to some interesting scenes during the party. Hello.
Hi, Outlanders. I'm standing outside at the party where the drinks are flowing, the hunger is growing, and the team is glowing with excitement because it's our 4th anniversary party. So let's take a look around. Everybody seems to be having a good time. The weather is super nice. We got a nice summer evening to enjoy everything. So let's see if we can find somebody to talk to. Let's see. Ooh, I see a familiar face right here. It.
Hello, everyone.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm enjoying the party.
Awesome. So, you're a face that hasn't been seen in a long time, but everybody knows you as the previous community manager. Since then, you've made the jump to production. So, we would like to ask you, how's it been, the transition coming from social media into production? And if there's something you miss from being a social media manager or like community manager?
Oh yeah, obviously. I mean, it has been great. It has been my dream job, pretty much. So I enjoy, being part of the development team. Taking care of every one of the tasks, stuff like that. But to be quite honest, like our community will always have a soft spot in my heart. So I definitely miss the good old days when I got to interact with them more. On Discord, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere.
I'm pretty sure some people from the community feel the same way, that they also miss seeing you, interacting with you as well. And quick question, since we're celebrating the 4th anniversary of Vigor, did you ever think that Vigor would get to the point where it is today?
When I look back, how the game looked, like 4 years ago, and even before that, like we such a huge difference, and the game feels completely different. But at the same time, I never once doubted our team that we won't be able to do it. It's just incredible to see.
So I'm guessing you're looking forward to the future and what's else to come, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nice. And as a parting words, is there something you would like to say to all the players watching us right now?
Well, first, thank you so much for supporting us. Some with us since the very beginning, and even to the new players, thank you for playing, for supporting us, and keep on being awesome. See you in the Outlands.
Hey, that's it from Pirit. Let's see. From us right here, right now, we're just enjoying ourselves. We're having a bit of a grill, a bit of beers, a bit of drinks, overall good mood. So I think now would be a good time to cut back to the stream and see what our other guests are gonna be like. So let's take it back to you.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. Some of you might already know me. I'm Tylee, I'm the Vigor community manager, and now I am accompanied by Jonas and Archie. And let's get on with the second part of the anniversary stream. Guys, would you mind saying a few words about yourself?
Hello, I'm Jonas. I'm data analyst at Bohemia Interactive, and well, I stare at spreadsheets and I write SQL queries.
All right, greetings everyone. I'm Archie, and in the team my role is QA lead, which is kind of broad discipline, but more or less is taking care that the new features are delivered on time and as bug-free as possible. And at the same time, we are taking care about already existing issues and taking care that everything, all of the necessary information is presented to the dev team so they can fix it.
Okay, Archie, why don't you queue up for some game right away?
Sure, let's do
And
that.
let's talk a little bit about what we will be discussing in the second part. As you see, we have our lovely Jonas with us, so it will be mostly very data-packed because you all told us that you would like to hear more statistics. So, statistics, we bring you.
Oh yeah.
And first up, I think, will be stuff about Mirin. But first, oh, okay, sorry. So there's a small giveaway for you.
Ooh.
Be quick to catch it if you're playing on Nintendo Switch.
That was pretty fast.
Yes. And I think we can get on with the Mirin.
Oh yeah. Well, what you see on your screens is a map of deaths on Mirin map. Every single black dot represents one death in the game, so you can like see where action happens. It's east west is western northern corner. So if you feel like not making it to the exit, I highly recommend this corner. And then there is this smaller settlement in the east, and I heard it's pretty good in there too.
It's pretty interesting, like trying to figure out why exactly this spot is so favorite to be unaliving at. you know, if there is some overview about the map that allows other people to just spot you on a long distance, or there is a nice view or whatnot. So these heat maps in general are kind of nice too. That helps us go through the data and evaluate them and see what is going on in the map.
Yeah, like see that black rectangle on the right? Many people think that roof is pretty like favorable. They obviously think it's a great vantage point.
And Archie, what would be your favorite or most common unaliving spot on Mirin?
All of them.
Okay.
Every spot that I can meet someone and have a fair fight, that's it. If you're running through the map and suddenly the bush kill you, it's sometimes not that fun, but in general, every encounter is great. So that's it.
So since we're talking about bushes killing people, I think we have another statistic that is kind of related to that. Queued up in there.
Oh yeah, this is camping spot. How this works? When you are at in the encounter and you move less than arbitrarily pick distance in 1 minute, I will make a dot on this map. So again, you can clearly see the warehouse where many people were dying in the last map. And you can quite well see also where it's kinda useful to exit camp. Like, I mean, shame on you, but also like this is cheap. I would do that as well. It's fine. This is how it's played.
I mean, it's not camping like camping, right? So if you're like moving forward and you see someone in the background and you just take a tactical advantage and wait a moment till you have clear sight, I wouldn't call it necessarily camping. But if you spend whole 10 minutes or whole match just on one spot waiting for a guide, that might be you might bring an umbrella and barbecue stuff with you, because it's definitely camping.
Yeah, and where's the fun in that, right? So please, guys, don't take this picture as some kind of instruction manual, because it's not nice.
At the same time, everyone has different playstyle, right? So we are not forcing you to take any of the playstyles. You can really choose. So there's that.
That's very true. So next up, we have a new feature that was brought with Mirin and which received a lot of community feedback. Some people are even asking us to bring this to other maps. And those would be Mirin mines.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yep.
Those are the minefields. Take a screenshot if you want. This is where the mines are. It works like there are many spots where mines can spawn, but at the beginning of the match, server picks only like few of them. So not all mines spawn, but I think like 70 spawn in each match. So yeah, if you are lucky, you are one of those dots.
You are giving away the secrets where the mines are spawning.
Ah, well, it's a secret that everyone can find out.
Yeah, I remember when we were adding this feature into the game, and we were discussing that we have to kind of communicate this thing to the players, because if they randomly just ran through the minefields, they would be like, what the heck happened? So we added like the signs to be careful, and then we just basically release the map and evaluate how many people are dying and what spots. But based on the feedback, I think it's a nice feature, and you already said that people would love to see them on other maps as well. So.
And what do you think about that idea? And most importantly, what is the good spot to put them on existing maps?
Ooh.
Maybe chat can help us out with this one too.
I would ask this question community, actually. Some tricky spots, definitely not exits, right? but that would be dangerous. You would just put some contact bombs in between them and basically made a dead zone. But I think it would be nice to have more stuff that changes the dynamics on the map and adds another layer to the environment. I love stuff like this.
Jonas, where would you put it? Which map?
Yeah, like putting mines near exits. It's just plain mean. Like, I don't know. It kind of works in this Mirin map because it's like section of border, so it kind of makes sense that minefields are in like almost straight line, and therefore like from environment you can kind of guess where the mines are. And where I would put it, yeah, near exits. Definitely.
Okay, that stands to take.
Would have nice flavor.
Okay, so I think that's enough for the mines, and we can move over to another statistic. This might interest one of our partners, actually. I'm not going to name him, but some of you might guess it, and we will be talking about fall damage statistics.
Oh yeah. Every
don't
dot in
think-
this map is where someone fell to their death. You can clearly see the border checkpoint. You can go up the roof and then you can fall back to your death. Highly recommend it. I did it several times. Very good one. And next to the border post is the watchtower, which is also pretty good for falling to your death. Yeah.
And I think we have time for a small giveaway to break it up a little bit. And this one is special. This is not a bigger one, but it's rather a Daisy code giveaway. So if you would like to maybe switch it up a little bit, definitely try to grab it. Yep. Yeah, but about the fall damage though, how often? I don't know. I like it doesn't happen that often to me. How often does it happen to you? But maybe I'm more of a looter, you know it, guys. But maybe it translates to like
Maybe.
more.
Yeah, more often than I would like to. It's like, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're like on very high terrain. Sometimes you're just sprinting across the map and you jump and you don't calculate it properly, so you don't land on the stone, but rather downhill. And sometimes it can be critical. So yeah, more often than I would like to, definitely. It do happen to everyone, I believe.
Okay, and I think we can maybe move to another statistic. And the next statistic will be a bit explosive. So we'll take a look at grenades. Oh, mines. Sorry. So mines first.
Yeah.
I spoiled it.
This
Sorry.
this is the number of dots we have seen on one of the previous maps. Yeah, this many people died in minefields. Like, watch out. Or, I don't know.
Yeah,
Watch
so
out. Okay.
Over 3K? That's not that bad. So are we going to plan to add them into the other maps then?
If we want more like deaths in minefield, then it would be necessary actually.
Makes sense.
I mean, guys, let us know if you want it. So, and I think now we can move to the one that I accidentally spoiled. I'm very sorry for that, because now we have the grenade special statistic. I was shocked when I saw this number.
Oh yeah, there is. I know that 5 people is pentakill. What is 6 people? Hexakill?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that.
It is
Hexa, it's
hexakill.
Hexa.
Yeah.
Is it a hexakill? Well, hexakill happened once, long time ago, but yeah, it happened
By one grenade.
by one grenade.
That's insane.
It was on Grondheim. I guess everyone just met inside some room or something like that. Pretty lucky coincidence.
Yeah, this was inspired by some video we've seen from the community. It was an elimination map, and I've seen some guy just threw the grenade, and it killed like 4 or 5 people because they were rushing through the same pathing. So we wanted to bring up interesting statistics about explosives in general. I have nice score, by the way, but no one can see it. Oh, they can see it. Yeah, I wasn't paying that
Good
much
job.
attention to the match, so I will try to be better.
You did
next
great.
match.
You did great. Archie. Good job. And what would be your personal best when it comes to grenade kills? How many?
I
Double,
did.
triple?
I did triple in one match. So there in elimination on Anakin, you start in. So there is like behind the corner, behind the stones, there is like narrow pathing, and there is a barn. So I just rushed, threw the grenade, and did the triple kill. It's my personal best.
Nice. What about you,
So-
Nash?
I think my biggest number of people killed with one grenade was 1.
That's very nice. Mine is 0. I have literally never managed to do it. I don't know.
It can
But
get
yeah.
a little bit tricky, but hopefully it will be easier now that we improved the trajectory, and it should be way easier to also throw further away. So there's that.
Oh, guys, and definitely let us know what you think about the improved trajectory of the grenades. We would love to hear your feedback on that. So let us know either now or maybe rather in the comments later on, so we can properly comb through it and pass it and discuss it with the rest of the team. And I think it's about time for another giveaway. This time, once again, it will be Daisy codes. So make sure to be quick to grab them. And yeah. Daisy all way. We love Daisy, they're friends. And next, what do we have next? Sorry guys, I got a little bit lost, but I think it wouldn't hurt to maybe roll back to our amazing merch that we have. And the offer that we have, we offer 30%, Jesus. Sorry, 40% off or on all Vigor merch, but you have to enter the code that you can find on our social media. So go and look for it. We are not telling you any other details. You have to search and get yourself a hoodie or maybe the new bottle. I really like that one.
I have the hoodie at home. It's pretty comfortable.
Yep, same.
I don't have the hoodie. I have to get the hoodie. I have just t-shirts.
Oh,
Before winter, I will have to order one. Okay, and I think that's about nearing the end of the statistics, or even completely the end of statistics. So we will take a look at one of the competitions that we had, and it will be this time a quest from our audio team. So please, let's see the Facebook winner. Who correctly guessed that it was from the cassettes. And it was randomly picked this time because we realized that it would be mostly the same answers again and again, so it wouldn't make sense to have likes this time. So it was randomly picked. Congratulations, and let's see the one from Twitter now. Once again, congratulations for guessing it correctly, and we will be communicating with all the winners most likely sometimes during next week to let them know about their prizes. So congratulations.
GG.
And I think it's another giveaway time because there's a lot of them, and yeah. Once again, Daisy. This time for Xbox. So make sure to grab it, test it out, so you can have a little bit of a break from Vigor. And just to remember, we have the sale running, and if you will, I'm not sure if you already, you already saw the bottle, sorry, but let's just remind you how the new amazing design looks like. It's called Tomato Rain. You can find it on the Bohemia Interactive website. And yeah, stay hydrated, folks. It's important when gaming. And I usually don't do it either when I'm gaming or working, and I'm starting to feel it on my throat right now. So definitely water and maybe some beer time after the stream is over. I think we are all looking forward to that, aren't we?
Oh yeah,
Indeed.
There's a party in full swing outside already, so... And we are actually nearing the end of our stream almost. That was very quick. No? Oh no, okay, I just can't read clock. I'm not sure if you have if you have the same issue, but you know what? Maybe let's roll back to some of the statistics. Let's talk a little bit about Mirin.
Okay.
In general, because you know what, you already know that we will be preparing an elimination map, so maybe we can discuss a little bit the tricks and problems that comes when converting a map into elimination. What goes into that, guys?
That can be tricky.
Just so people can get a little bit pumped up.
Yeah, well, our team has new level designer. His name is Emil, and he's really cool. And he is preparing some new elimination arenas for some of the next island updates. Yeah, we playtest them a lot, and it's really funny. Like, our team lost 3 times today, and once I captured the objective, that was super cool because I won my team 1 round, and the other time. Yeah, I actually shot my boss in the head, so and won the game for us. So that was awesome as well.
That can get satisfying, right?
It was great playtest today.
Right.
Very few technical problems.
Well, when we are creating a new arena, either shootout or LM, basically we are taking an existing map and creating borders around some specific arena. So it takes place on already existing encounter map. So if you are playing in closed arena, but you look into the distance, you still see all of the landscape and houses and everything rendered, right? And another thing is we already shown you the heat maps, which is a great tool to try to help us in deciding which pathing is like most favorite, which is more effective and stuff like that. And that is really helpful tool in deciding us this pathing is maybe too strong because people are winning most of the time if they took this pathing and whatnot. So we are basically playtesting a lot, couple of times in a week if we need to, and evaluating this data to make the map as polished as possible. And another thing is, of course, if it's shootout, we are talking about distributing the loot boxes and weapon crates around the map. If it's elimination arena, you need to polish the place where you actually have the map objective, the flag. And you need to know which direction you are open from, which you can get shot and such. So it's like to create arena doesn't sound too difficult, but at the same time there is a lot of polishing behind that, a lot of playtesting and evaluating if it's good enough or we want to improve it even further.
I must say big props to you for managing to keep on playing while talking.
Well, it's still suboptimal because it's a small screen in the distance and I don't see properly there. But if it's a random headshot, then it happens.
It looks like you are seeing quite properly. Like, I have trouble breathing while playing this game. Like,
alright.
But I'm not very good
was
in
like melody or
multitasking generally.
You know what? Why don't you give our players some tips?
What steps you would like to hear? Is the question.
I don't know. I think maybe our viewers would like to know something about settings.
All right. Well, settings are really personalized, and if I show you my settings, you're gonna hate me, I think. And you're gonna laugh at me, but I'm a hardcore PC player, and this is basically me needing to like lower the sensitivity a lot, because I used to be a hardcore PC player, and usually when new players start to play Vigor, there's a couple of things you need to get used to. Primarily is the camera switching, right? Which there's not that many games that would be using this mechanic. And another thing is that automatically what I started doing is going into the ADSing, which in Vigor, usually on a short to mid-range, you want to actually prefer a third person because it's more precise, it's more effective. So when I started playing Vigor, I used to play sniper rifles all time because I needed to snipe, and it's pretty satisfying to land the headshot 100 meters or more. But then I realized that I need to adapt my playstyle a lot to be able to perform well. So tip number one, what many people maybe don't know, is that you can change the crosshair color, which can be very useful because by default it's white and sometimes it's not very visible. And number two, just start playing, start tweaking the sensitivity, and you'll see whatever fits you.
Amazing. Thank you so much for this. Maybe we can create some tutorials or something like that for the future, if you would be up for it.
We'll see about it.
Okay, Archie. I'm not pressuring you into it, of course, but please. No, it's fine. I think, you know what, it's anniversary day. Let's reflect a little bit. You both have been with the Vigor team much longer than I was. And I would like to know, what do you think about this year? How it went? It was a deep question, I know. I'm very sorry for throwing it in the end. I just wanted, you know, to round it up a little bit.
It's okay, I think. We released the new encounter map, Mirin, which I pretty like. I think the map is awesome, and I always like the environmental and level design in general in our maps. So that's great. I'm very much looking forward to the changes that are still upcoming, because some of them will be great, so stay tuned up. And yeah, we added some pretty great weapons that became favorite to a lot of people pretty soon. So there's that.
Okay, thank you. What about you, Jonas?
Well, this year, it's honestly not bad so far. I think we are going to release quite a lot of awesome stuff in the rest of this year. And I'm very, very much looking forward to it, because yeah, I did a bit of design on some things that are going to come out, so I'm very curious how it will work.
Okay.
Indeed.
And so you will definitely have to generate some more statistics for some future stream.
Oh yeah.
Please, guys, let us know what would you like to see, what would you like to learn about, what stats or what data would you like to know. And I think we can do one last giveaway in the stream. This time it will be DayZ for PlayStation. So make sure to grab the code. Enjoy DayZ. And yep, we will have to probably be quick, because the codes have been disappearing like crazy during the stream, guys. I don't know how you do it. I guess I just write slowly or something, because I could never grab one of them. And yeah, I think that's about it. But first, I think we should show them a little bit what we have in store for the next season.
So it's my honor to slice the anniversary cake here. So yeah, thanks a lot for your support, and I wish you successful next year, and let's see you on the next Vigor anniversary. So let's do it. It's not Pukko, this one, but still.
It will do.
Okay.
Is it tomato flavored?
We can try afterwards. Okay. So that's it.
And we have other guys coming in saying hi. Hello, everyone. So everyone, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for playing, for being with us this whole time. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you for coming to the stream, and see you on the next one. Goodbye.
Thank you. Ahoy.